Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Fatima. In today's video, we will be doing a get ready with me Q&A. This is kind of nerve-wracking for me because I haven't done one of these in forever. I think I did one of these when I first started my YouTube channel, and I actually privated that video because I thought it was kind of cringe. So this is pretty much like my first Q&A video that I'm ever doing. On Instagram, I asked you guys to ask me questions, and so today I'm going to be answering those questions. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Before we go into do our makeup, we're going to go ahead and do our skincare as per usual so that we can have a really great base for our makeup. So today I'm going to be using the Belif Aqua Bomb Everyday Hydration Set to do my skincare. Thank you so much to Belif for sponsoring this portion of the video. So I already went ahead and washed my face using the Aqua Bomb Jelly Cleanser. This is a great cleanser to remove makeup and impurities, and it does not strip your face, so you still have a hydrating feel after using this cleanser. Because I didn't want my face to be like completely dry when I sat down, I also use the Aqua Bomb Hydrating Toner. It's a water-based toner, and it's also extremely hydrating, perfect for the summertime because it is also lightweight. Now let's go ahead and really moisturize. So I'm going to be using the Belif Aqua Bomb True Cream Moisturizer, which this is also a very lightweight formula, so it's perfect for the summertime as well, but it is very moisturizing. I've been using this product, you guys, and let me just show you guys the glow that I'm gonna get after using this moisturizer. Guys, look at this glow. Isn't that crazy? So on top of getting access to their moisturizer, you also have access to their other cult favorite products. Also, as you guys know, we're entering into the Sephora sale, which I am so excited about. So not only are you getting a good deal on this set because you get so much more products for the price of just the moisturizer, you're also going to be able to save through the sale. Now I'm going to go in with the eye cream. The eye cream is honestly such a thick eye cream, which I feel like is a perfect for makeup. I love to have a lot of hydration under my under eyes because that area tends to get dry. I'll leave the link down below for you guys in the description box so you guys can add it to your cart and purchase it during the sale so you can get this bomb glow. Okay, let's get into this makeup. They also sent over a sunscreen, which I'm gonna go ahead and use. I've been on my sunscreen tip lately, and this is supposed to be really great, and it leaves no cast, which is amazing. But yeah, this is the Aqua Bomb sunscreen, and it's SPF 50. Okay, so I brought you guys in a little bit closer. I'm gonna put my hair back and we're gonna get into these questions. So first question, how many siblings do you have? I surprisingly got like a lot of questions asking me that, but I think it kind of makes sense because I feel like I'm always showing a new sister of mine. So I actually have 5 sisters in total. We're all girls, no brothers whatsoever. I have one half sister on my mom's side and one half sister on my dad's side as well. Just a bunch of girls in our family. My youngest sister is actually less than a year old, so we literally have like a baby in the family, which I absolutely love that. She's honestly the cutest thing ever. My oldest sister is a year apart from me, so like technically she's the oldest, but I like to think that we're like both the oldest. I also got a question. Someone said, is SBXXO your twin? So SBXXO, that's my sister's Instagram at. No, we're not twins, we're actually sisters. I'm going in with the Makeup by Mario foundation in the shade 21W. I feel like I'm getting, oh, I have to really be careful because I do not want to dirty this couch. I feel like I'm getting a little bit darker now, and I feel like I need to get a new foundation shade, but this is still a pretty good match. How old are you? I'm currently 23. I'm a Capricorn. I'm born on December 30th. Another thing you should know about me is that my age kind of follows the year. So I'm 23 in 2023. In 2024, I'll be 2024, and so on and so forth. Like because my birthday is at the end of the year, like December 30th, it just kind of works out like that. So if you're ever wondering how old I am, just think of what year it is. Are you doing Ramadan this year? I am fasting this year, actually. I feel like this Ramadan has been really, really great. I've been fasting. Everything has been going really good. Honestly, fasting hasn't been too hard for me. This year has also been a great Ramadan just because I feel like my connection with God has been stronger than usual. Going into 2023, one of my things that I wrote down that I really wanted to work on is like my connection with Allah, because I feel like I've let that go completely. Like I just felt like I didn't really have a connection with God at all. I felt like I was so far away from my religion, especially during the month of Ramadan. I've really made sure that I'm on it. Like last year during Ramadan, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even fast all days. I really was just not in a religious mindset at all. But this year, things were a little bit different. I feel like I'm getting older and I'm When I look into the future, I don't want to be the type of person who has just like left her religion or isn't thinking about things like that, because I feel like it's really important. And when I think about the person that I want to be, the woman that I want to be in 5 to 10 years, religion is definitely up there. Like, I definitely want to have a connection with God, and I feel like me not feeling that connection whatsoever was so detrimental to me, and I'm seeing that more like now during the month of Ramadan. So yeah, and I would always talk about that with my friends too. Like, I just hate how I feel like I don't have a connection, and I don't know what to do to really build that connection with God, because I feel like I just don't have it. Thankfully, this Ramadan honestly has been like really, really great, and I'm really proud of myself also for just like sticking to that, because yeah, it's definitely a change, and it's like habits that I have to like start implementing into my life, like praying more and stuff like that. Obviously during Ramadan I'm keeping up with my prayers, but even after Ramadan, that's just something that I want to keep implementing into my life. So yeah, I feel like it's just like the beginning. You know, I'm not like super religious. I'm still not extremely religious. I'm sure some of you guys have noticed, like, I'm not the most religious person, but like I said, just maintaining that relationship with Allah is something that I feel like is really important to me, and I'm really happy and grateful that this Ramadan I've been able to do that. I also need to remember to actually do my makeup, because once I start talking, it's like really hard for me to do both at the same time. First, Ramadan alone, how is it going? Ramadan alone is not the best, I'm gonna be honest, because I feel like Ramadan is meant to be done with like your family. You're meant to break fast with your family. You're meant to do suhoor with your family, and so definitely me not having like anyone to do it with is hard, because I feel like, I don't know, it's just hard to wake up at 5 a.m. to like eat, and then I don't know, breaking your fast is just kind of lonely, to be honest. So actually what I do is I'll tell my sister to come over, because she lives like pretty close to me. So I'll tell her to come over so that we can break our fast together sometime. If I'm cooking especially, I'll tell her that I'm like making food, and then she'll come by. Yeah, I will admit it is kind of lonely to do that on your own, but also I'm like really happy and at peace like in my apartment. So I'm also like, I'm okay with it. I do understand that Ramadan is like done best when you're like with other people. Also, in the beginning of Ramadan, I went to North Carolina. So I was with my mom and my sister, and we were together for like around a week and a half, or yeah, I think a week or so. So that was like great. I'm happy that I started Ramadan off like in that way. Okay, what's your race? Like, where are you from originally? So I am West African. I'm from Guinea and Senegal. Yeah, so my mom is from Senegal. My dad is from Guinea, and my mom also grew up in Gambia, so I consider myself to be like Gambian as well. I've been to all of those countries already when I was younger, and I want to go back so freaking bad, but it's been a while. The last time I went to Africa, I went to Guinea, and I was there, and I think I was like 16, I want to say. So it's been a minute. I'm now 23, so I really want to go back, but it's really just a matter of like, because I can't go back there alone. Like, I need someone to go with. I have family and I know my cousins, but I don't really know how to get around or anything like that. So I would definitely need to go with like someone. I don't know, I'm just waiting for the opportunity for me to go back home, because I love going back home. Like, I just love it so much, just like seeing my family and my cousins, and it's just like a crazy experience to me, and I love it. Every time I go back home, I just like love it so much. So yeah, I do speak Fula. I understand it better than I speak it. Like, you will not catch me speaking it, because it's terrible, but like I definitely understand it. I unfortunately don't understand Wolof, which sucks. I wish I did. The only thing I understand and know how to say is Amga Halis. Next question is, are you still in school? No, I'm not currently in school. I did go to school for marketing. Basically, I did a college program for marketing. It was basically a bridge program where I was going to do 2 years in college and 2 years in university. So I ended up completing the 2 years in college, but I did not complete the 2 years in university. I decided not to complete the 2 years in uni, and that was like a really big decision that I made. I have African parents, so if you could just think about that, like, it was not an easy decision that I made for me not to like complete the extra 2 years. I absolutely hated school when I was in school. I mean, no one really likes school, but yeah, I think also when I was in school, it was like the lowest point in my life, like in terms of like mental health. I remember at that time, like even thinking about that period in my life gets me emotional, because it was just terrible. Like, I was in my first relationship, which was like terrible. I don't even know if you can call that a relationship, to be honest. Oh my God. But it was just like, that situation was just like crazy. Okay, thinking back now, thinking about that situation, I'm like, I can't believe you like were in that for so long. But my mental health was like absolutely terrible. I was like very depressed, so anxious, like anxious, so anxious all the time. And then I was working at a job that I like absolutely hated. Like I was working part-time because I was going to school at the same time, but I just like hated that job with a passion. It was just like a terrible, like nothing was going right for me at that time. I felt extremely lost because I was in school, but at the same time I hated school. I didn't see myself working in an office job. Like working in an office job literally felt like it just felt like, wow, like this is what my life is going to be like moving forward. This feels terrible. Like this is not what I want in life. And so yeah, I just felt like really lost, I'm gonna be honest, and feeling like that. At the same time, feeling the pressure of like having African parents and them putting all this pressure on you, like make sure you finish school, make sure you complete school. Like I didn't come here for nothing, like, you know what I mean? It was just really hard. And I remember when I made the decision that I wasn't gonna complete like the rest of school, like I was very scared to like even tell my dad. I didn't even tell him for a while actually. And when I finally did, like he was very disappointed. I'm gonna be completely honest. He was very disappointed in me, and I felt like a complete failure. Being a child of an immigrant, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, like the pressure that you feel to really like do good in life and, you know, like just be the best of the best is so strong. And feeling like your parents aren't necessarily like proud of you or feel like you're not doing the right thing in life, I'm getting emotional. It's like really hard. Like it was really hard for me, and still not to this day. It's just like, you know, I always want to make sure that I'm doing things to make them happy, because I do understand the sacrifices that they made and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a really hard time in my life just because I just felt lost. I didn't know what I was doing, and this was like slightly before I started YouTube. This is slightly before COVID because I started my YouTube channel during COVID, and that became like that's why I became so passionate about my YouTube channel, because I felt like this, oh my God, like this is what I want to do. Like this can actually work out, like wow. So yeah, I think we'll get into that later, but yeah, I did complete 2 years of marketing and I didn't complete the other 2 years, and I may complete it at some time in my life. I don't know. I'm not like completely Xing that out, but yeah. Okay, next question. Where do you want to travel to next? There is so many places I want to travel to, like so many places I want to go to. I think like the next trip that I'm thinking about is like Jamaica. I really want to go to Jamaica. I was actually planning a trip to go to Dubai, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna, I don't think we're gonna end up going just because of like the dates just are not working out. So, oh my God, like I said, I really wanna go to Africa so freaking bad. Like I wanna go back home. I wanna go to my country. I wanna go to Senegal, and I wanna go to Gambia, especially because Gambia has just beautiful beaches, really nice hotels. I wanna go there for sure, 100%. I think just anywhere hot and tropical. Like it's still kind of cold here in Toronto, and I just absolutely hate the cold. So, okay, I feel like I put a lot of concealer on, but it's fine, we're gonna make it work. Are you shy? I find that really funny that somebody asked me that, because I actually am shy. I've always been like pretty introverted growing up, depending on who I'm around. I have like an extroverted side to me as well. I have like a very extroverted, like I can't stop talking side to me. I definitely have that side to me as well, but I also am like pretty introverted. If I'm like just meeting someone for the first time, I can be shy depending on who it is, and like reserved and stuff. So yeah, definitely I'm shy, and I am an introverted person by nature. I'm actually pretty introverted. I recharge when I'm alone versus when I'm around other people. Your favorite foundation or concealer? My favorite concealer is a Too Faced Born This Way concealer. You guys know I use that all the time. That's what I'm using right now. As for foundation, I honestly do not have a favorite. Like I'm still looking for that one foundation that I'm like, this is just like perfect, and I feel like I haven't found that yet. I still need to try out more foundations. So yeah, because I feel like I don't really try out foundations like that. Like I don't, but I really want to keep trying foundations because I'm wearing the Makeup by Mario now, which I really like and I love it, but I don't think it's like the one. I don't think it's the one for me. I still feel like I will find a foundation that I'm like, like how I feel about Mocha Mami. You guys know how I feel about Mocha Mami. That's like whoa, like that's like we're locked in for life sort of thing. And I want to feel that feeling with the foundation, and I don't think I've felt that way yet. Do you have any advice for workouts slash eating habits to grow glutes? I got a couple like workout questions as well. You guys, I'm gonna be so honest. I don't work out like that. I started going to Pilates, but I'm still not that consistent with it, and I don't think I've been going long enough for me to see results. So in terms of like my body and stuff, genetics. If you see my mom, you'll understand. That's all I'm gonna say. It's really just genetics. And yeah, I've been gaining weight recently, which my weight normally fluctuates quite a bit. Like I've been doing YouTube for like 2-3 years at this point, and before I started YouTube, I was actually like, I was at the same weight that I am now. Like when I started YouTube was during COVID, and I lost a lot of weight during COVID. So you guys know me as like a very slim, skinny girl, because that's just, you guys have known me for that long. But this is the size that I'm like used to, like, to be honest. Not that I'm like, I gained a ton of weight, but I just gained like, I think, I don't know, because I don't have a scale, but I know that I gained like maybe 10 pounds, maybe 15, I don't know, something like that. Now we're getting into the good questions. I love this question. Someone asked, how are you truly feeling after moving from home and being 100% independent? I love it. That's like the overall feeling is like, I love it. The reason why I love it, I just feel so at peace. Like I think that's the best way to describe me living alone. I feel really at peace. I'm able to do whatever I want whenever I want. And not to say that I wasn't able to do whatever I want whenever I wanted when I was living at home, because I could actually. That was never an issue. And I had the whole basement to myself, so like there was that. Like I had my space, right? But I think that even though I had my space physically, I didn't actually feel like I had my space. And like I told you guys, my younger sister is like less than a year old. So it's just like a lot. There's a new baby in the house, which I love my little sister, but it can get a little bit hectic, and I felt like I just needed like my peace. And now I have it like 1000%. Like I just love coming home. I feel like this is like just my space, and I love it. I love interior decorating. Like I'm still looking for pieces. I'm so indecisive, you guys. If you guys notice that it's taking me forever to furnish my place, it's just because I can't make my mind up. But I just love that process, and it's something that I've been looking forward to for like a really, really long time. Like when I was younger, I wasn't necessarily the type of girl that dreamed about getting a wedding and like what dress I would wear. I don't know, I do now, but I wasn't necessarily that type of girl growing up. But the one thing that I always used to fantasize about since I was really, really young is getting my first apartment. Like that was always something that I was like, oh, like that feels so grown, and you know, decorating, and like that's something that I like, you know, I would love that. And yeah, it kind of feels like surreal, because it is a very big milestone for me. Like it really is, just because I was hyper focused on moving out for like a year before I moved out, to be honest. I never really talked about it or anything, but for some reason, as soon as I hit like 22 years old, something like basically in the new year, because my birthday is like the new year, something like switched in me, and I was like, okay, I need to move out. Like I can't even explain it. I don't know what it was, because prior to that, see, I need to remember to do my makeup, because I'm just gonna keep talking. Prior to that period where like I turned 22 and whatever, and I was like, I need to move out, I was like, I'm gonna stay at home for as long as I can. Toronto is expensive as hell. I'm never moving out until I buy a house. Like that was that was my mindset, and I think that's a great mindset to have, like, because Toronto is expensive AF. Like, and yeah, I was just like, I'm just gonna milk the situation. My dad, whom I love, doesn't make me pay any bills. I was paying 0 bills at home. Like it was just the best situation ever. Like it was a great situation. I don't have a toxic household, and I had the whole basement to myself. Like I said, I had the whole basement to myself, so it's kind of like I had like my own little apartment, I guess you could say. I was like, why do I need to move out? I have all the space and da 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 da. But like I said, I don't know what happened, but when I turned 22, like all of that went out the window. I just started to feel like I wasn't at peace at home, and I can't describe it because I didn't necessarily have a toxic household. Like really, I didn't, and I was able to do whatever I want. I was free, but something in me was just like, I need to leave. I don't feel that comfortable. And also the filming thing, like it was hard for me to film at certain times, because there's like a lot of people at home at certain times, and like, yeah, it was just, the filming thing was also a little bit tough. Like it was really also for like my work, like for me creating content. I felt like there were times where I couldn't create content during the day, and I would And also like I wanted somewhere with like natural light because I was in the basement. I didn't have a ton of natural light to film, etc, etc. So yeah, those are the pros. I talked about like the great things about moving out, but there are cons to moving out. Obviously, it's so expensive. Like it is so expensive. My rent is so expensive, and like going from not having any bills to this, it's a lot. It's an adjustment. Am I happy with my decision? 1,000%, 100,000 million %. I'm willing to pay the price. Like, I love it here. Furniture is expensive. Like, everything just costs money. Groceries, like I feel like a real adult now because I go to the grocery store and I'm like, this shit is so, like, I'm constantly complaining about the price of like groceries. That's how you know you're really like independent and an adult. So that's like the downside to it, but it's fine. Like, it's fine. I'm willing to pay it, and I waited a year. I told you guys that I had a year where I really wanted to move out, and the reason why I didn't move out when I felt that feeling is because I wasn't financially in a place to move out, like, truth be told. So I had to wait until I felt comfortable enough to move out, and as soon as I felt like, okay, I think I'm okay to move out, I was out the door. You guys, I also put cream blush on like my forehead. It really helps to just bring everything together. Like it makes sense. It really just makes sense. Do you like living in Canada? Are there other places you would like to live? I don't mind living in Toronto. I do like it actually. I like my city. However, I don't feel necessarily like attached to my city in any way. Like I have thought about like moving to the States. My mom lives in North Carolina, so I've actually considered moving to North Carolina like in the past, like when I was younger. That's always kind of like an option for me, I guess. And also I hate the cold. Like I absolutely hate the cold. I feel like it's just terrible for like my mood. I genuinely feel like it really affects my mental health. And so because of that, I'm always like, when I'm older, I'm going to move somewhere warm. I cannot deal with the cold. I actually can't. And like I have low iron. Like the cold really just does something to me. Like it just puts me in a bad mood. Like I just hate it. Whereas whenever it's in the summer, like the warm weather just puts you in a good mood. The sun, it's just such a mood booster, you know? So I think if ever I was to move somewhere else, I think the number one criteria is that it has to be somewhere warm, because we're not doing the cold again, no. Not anytime soon, I don't think, but if ever the opportunity presented itself, I wouldn't say no right away. I think I would consider it. Okay, so I went ahead and baked, and I also placed some powder right here, and I placed the Fenty soft matte powder foundation all over my face. This is in the shade 430. I don't know if this is like my perfect shade, to be honest. It might be a bit dark, I don't know, but I just use it as an all over foundation and it works. So now let's get into the juicy stuff, because I got a lot of relationship questions. Oh wait, let me use this. I feel like this is not the best time for me to talk about stuff like this because it's the month of Ramadan, right? Are you dating someone currently? Yes, I am. Are you single? No, I'm not. Who is Pizza Hut? Let me explain the Pizza Hut thing, because I feel like it definitely needs explaining, and like it kind of just came out of nowhere. And if you follow me on TikTok, then you maybe know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I've mostly talked about Pizza Hut on TikTok. So basically, I was working with a brand and I wanted to promote one of their items. And I don't know, I thought of like this idea. It was kind of like a skit, I guess you can say. And I thought it was like so funny. And it basically included like a sneaky link texting me and then me being like, how did it go again? Him saying like, oh, like last time I saw you, like we had a great time, like I really want to like take you on a date sort of thing. And like the girl or whatever, I was being like super nonchalant or whatever, and I don't know, it just tied into the product that I was using, which was like a yoni gel basically. Which, mind you, I've never had a sneaky link in my life, okay? I've never had a sneaky link in my life, but I thought it was really funny, and I was thinking of ideas, and like that was just an idea that I thought of for working with that brand, and I felt like it fit the brand like that I was working with. I think a lot of you guys thought it was funny too, so I just kind of kept going with it. Like I just like included Pizza Hut in my videos, in my TikToks, like especially whenever I was promoting that brand, just because I felt like, okay, I'm starting up a storyline here and I could just like continue it, and it's just like it's a fun and easy way for me to like promote this brand. And then eventually I just kind of started calling like my man Pizza Hut on TikTok. Like that's really just what happened, and I think I called him that like once, okay? So yeah, that's really what it is. And so now I just call my man Pizza Hut online. if you've heard me like refer to anyone as Pizza Hut, that's what I mean. I also got, how do you keep your personal social life separate from social media? I like this question because I feel like I do kind of keep parts of my life separate from social media. I feel like it's kind of just natural to me. I am a naturally private person. There have been times where I've even felt like, okay, girl, you need to open up more. Like, you know, you're a little too private, you're a little too reserved, and it's nerve-wracking for me to open up and share on social media because it's social media. Like, I don't know, I just like keeping certain things private, but at the same time, I think it's okay to open up and share and stuff. Still, there's still certain things that I like to keep to myself and I like to keep private. I still feel like I share a lot. Do you believe in marriage? Yes, 100,000%. I definitely believe in marriage. I see myself, you know, being a married woman, and I definitely see that in my future. So, best and worst dating advice / how you've applied it to your dating life. I don't know if I have worst dating advice, but I know the best dating advice that I've gotten is to always make sure that you sort of have your own thing going on. Always make sure that you're not like completely 100% dependent on your partner for like absolutely everything. Whether that's like financially, mentally, emotionally, you know that even if it wasn't for this relationship, you would still be okay. And the reason why I say that is because it kind of just makes the relationship sweeter. It just makes you feel like you're choosing this person versus like you being with that person because you feel like you're just like so attached to them, and you're so dependent on them for whatever the case is, whether it's for like your emotional or your financial, or you're just with them because you need them versus like being with them because you like them for who they are, sort of thing. Say like you get in a relationship and you like suddenly don't hang out with your friends as much anymore, or because you feel like, you know, your man is like your all-in-one, he's like your best friend and he's like your this and that, which is great if that's the case, but I think that's still like making sure that you have like other relationships on top of that relationship, and nurturing the other relationships on top of that relationship is only going to be beneficial to you in the long run. Okay, what's your favorite fragrance? The Vanilla Woods perfume. I absolutely love that perfume. I'm such a like vanilla perfume type of girl. I really love like anything that has that's vanilla scented. So Vanilla Woods is like the perfect perfume for me. My friend gifted it to me one year and I've been like obsessed since. I've been absolutely obsessed. I'm gonna get a new one during the Sephora sale actually because I ran out. It's just like a perfect base. I use it on its own and I pair it with everything, and it just seems to go with like absolutely everything. It's just like the perfect base perfume, and it's just perfect on its own. Like, it's a really good everyday perfume as well. So what are some future beauty / body treatments that you have on your wish list? So I'm gonna say I have been thinking about getting my eyebrows microbladed. Obviously getting your eyebrows microbladed is like getting your eyebrows tattooed, so you need to make sure that you're going to someone who's like perfect. So I'm just like trying to make sure that when I do get them done, it's with someone that I really trust. I hate when microbladed eyebrows look like block eyebrows. Like, that's like my biggest fear, or they don't look natural. I still need to get laser. Laser was so painful, but I need to restart it at some point. Like, I took a little break, and I need to throw myself into it because I'm definitely scared because it's just so painful. But like I said, I just need to throw myself back into that. I do want to get Botox. I want to get preventative Botox like in my forehead, just because, you know, when you're frowning and stuff, I do have like I have lines there, which I don't think there's an issue with the lines that I have. Like, it's natural, but just to like prevent future like wrinkling as I get older, I do want, like I said, preventative Botox in my forehead. This is just a thought, but I have been thinking of getting the balancing, what is that called? When you go and face balancing, I don't know, but they basically put like fillers in your face in order to like balance things out. You know, I know the normal person wouldn't notice this, and this is something that I'm noticing because it's my own face, but I think it's my right jaw is like stronger than my left jaw. And yeah, things of that sort. So I've been thinking of that, and I think that's pretty much it. How you started YouTube. So yeah, I started YouTube when I was just like at home during COVID. Everyone was at home, and YouTube was always something that I wanted to do. So I'm like, okay, now is the time. Like, you're home alone, you're not doing absolutely anything. So go ahead, pick up a camera and start filming, and like, let's see what happens, basically, is how I started YouTube. Best decision I ever made was to go ahead and just pick up the camera, no matter how nervous I was to do so, because look at where I am now. Like, it's just crazy. It's absolutely nuts. I remember I was receiving CERB. If you're in Canada, then you probably know what I mean. I was receiving like CERB money And I would use that to kind of like fund like my hauls and stuff. I would use that. I think I bought a wig because I wanted to like make a wig install video, and after I made that wig install video, that's when hair companies started reaching out to me and started sending me wigs, and it was just the most exciting and like thing ever. I remember it was so exciting. Tips for beginners on influencing and brand deals. So for brand deals, I'm gonna say when you're starting out, you just have to make the content that you want the type of brands that you want to work with to reach out to you. Like I said, that when I bought a wig and I made a wig install video, that's when wig brands started to reach out to me because I had that content already up. I made a lot of haul videos and I wanted to work with like fashion brands, and I worked with them by like already showing them that I can, you know, make content that will get engagement and stuff, like my hauls that I would do. Tips for beginners, I always say this whenever anyone like comes into my DMs and asks me for advice, is to make searchable videos when you're starting up. You can make vlogs and stuff, but if no one knows you from anywhere, like for me, nobody knew me from anywhere when I started YouTube. I didn't have a platform on any, like I didn't have followers on any other platform. So if that's the case, you want to make searchable videos. So you want to make videos that people are very likely to search up, and so in that way new people can find you, because that's really what you want in the beginning. You want new people to find you since you're new. So for me, I made a lot of hauls. Those are usually very searchable, especially for like big brands like Zara. Shein hauls are extremely searchable. Pretty Little Thing, I just did hauls for like brands that I knew that, you know, everyone shopped at, including myself. Everyday makeup tutorials for black girls, things like that, that you know, like you yourself would search for on YouTube or even on TikTok. Like just think about the type of content that you would probably search up to find someone new. That's the content that you should try to make, especially when you're starting out. No matter your niche, just try to find what's like very searchable and try to make those videos, I'd say. Is YouTube a long-term goal, or do you have other plans? That's a really good question. YouTube for me is a long-term goal. It's something that I want to maintain for years to come, but it's not the only goal that I have. Having only YouTube wouldn't necessarily be the smartest thing, because social media is volatile. I don't know. I'm hoping for the best, but truth be told, I don't know how things are going to go in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. Like social media is so new to like everyone, so we don't really know how, I don't really know how long it's going to last for me. Like to be honest, like I said, I'm hoping for the best, but you never know. So I don't want that to be my only thing just because for the sake of security. I do want to start up a business, and I've tried kind of starting a business up a couple times, and it's been hard, I'm going to be honest. But that is my end goal, to like have a business come out of this. It has always been my goal, literally since I had 1,000 subscribers. That's always been like my end goal. And honestly, other than that, I don't really know. I know that I don't want YouTube to be my own thing, but as of right now, I don't have like a clear set goal of what else do I want to do. So I'm still figuring it out, but all I know is that I definitely need something else. I can't just depend on this one thing. So oh, and I think that answers some of you guys' question, because some of you guys did ask me if like YouTube and social media is like my full-time job, and the answer to that is yes. I guess you can probably tell. How do you stay consistent? I guess it's easy for me to stay consistent because I'm full-time, but also when I was working a job, I was also extremely consistent, and I think I was able to do that just because I was so passionate about it. I was so excited by it. I was so excited by the possibility of me actually becoming a YouTuber. It seemed like so like far away. Like that dream of me becoming a YouTuber seemed almost like it didn't seem real. But when I started to get a little bit of views, I was so excited by it. I think I talked about this before, but the first video that I had that like got some views, I had a Zara haul and it hit 10,000 views, and I was like so excited. Like I just couldn't believe it. Like 10,000 views was crazy to me. And like from that moment on, I was like, okay, I need to take this seriously. Like this is crazy. Like I really need to like try to make this work. Like this is something that I've been wanting to do forever. So I really need to put like all my cards into it. And that's what I did. Even though, like I said, I did have a job that I was working at the time, but every free moment that I had literally went into my YouTube. Like even now thinking about it, I'm so impressed with the drive that I had back then. I'm gonna be so honest with you, I need to get back to that point because I don't have that drive anymore. Like that, like any single moment that I have, I'm gonna be working on my content. Like I don't know. I was just like super passionate about it, super excited about it, and I still am, but it's gone down a little bit, and I really, really want to get back to that level of passion that I used to have, because my drive back then was just insane. Like, it was insane. I was more consistent then than I was now, and I was working a job. So, okay guys, so this pretty much concludes the Q&A Get Ready With Me that I did for you guys. I ended up curling my hair, and my hair ended up being even straighter than it was before. I don't even know, but I'm not gonna put heat on my hair again because I already put so much heat on my hair this week. Anyways, if you guys like this video, of course hit the like button. I feel like I kind of opened up to you guys a little bit. I talked about stuff that I have not talked about in the past. So I hope you guys could relate to some of the stuff that I'm saying. If anything that I said really stuck with you, then let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if, or just let me know, or just comment down any, okay, let's just start. So yeah guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, of course hit the like button. Let me know in the comments down below if anything that I said resonated with you guys, if you guys relate to anything I was saying, or really just anything. Just comment anything down below. And of course, if you're new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.